I see you, she said from afar, glancing through the shroud of her internal mechanism. From sight she perceived the crossroads of fate, a choice which nestled deep in her veins. A man of many words among the meadow overgrowth caught her eye with a charming smile, pleading her time and sense. A man of many faces among the wilted earth caught her heart with a deceiving promise, pleading away her sanity and self. The mindful vision she possessed flared of intuition. The soul yearned for truth beyond the doubt, a grand mold in a gesture of rebellion. Denial hung strong as the elusive web fixed into manifestation. She would breathe life into a dark and twisted union. His placid heart would coax the vibrant emanations of her being, fed himself full of her tears and binding disappointment. Though flee she might, the tether held strong, he made certain. I may free myself, she would insist, to which he would respond, Go, then. Alas, simplicity claimed no cure, for, try as she might, her attachment grew under his ongoing absence. Bundled among the heap of a broken connection, chaos ensued, hunting his empty harvest for warmth and protection amid her own endearing sacrifice. Against the grain her path had enabled, the blood-swept flag assembled, a click in the psyche as she stood and watched, willful to the art of his inept puppetry, convinced that his notions would sway humble and best, as her mind would rot with the toxins of his past, his frigidity laid unto her. The means to cope had teetered on edge, concealing all methods of preservation and hope, dwindling down this spiral menagerie. She faltered and gasped for breath, boxing all that she harbored in light. Each alteration flourished a slow death. Driven wild as consumed by dark forces, further she sank from the pristine surface, nails clawing and voice gone raw. His mind glittered with matters irrelevant, cultivating the girl's hopeless obedience, melding to accentuate his painful divide. Her spirit sought to quench the gaps of an endless void. The loss revealed certainty by the heart of a daily reflection as purpose ebbed from her breast. For once, the girl had frolicked among the sweet-laden fields in purpose and good health, desperate to be his. All prior cords had loosened from her entity, making way for his trajectory, though laced with grief and fear. It is said that there is free will, and we choose the outcome in every thread or fiber. Driven by ill or well-meaning intention, we too are responsible. Question your source of power, she spoke meekly, diving forth into the depths of madness. Waves of painful miasma crippled the grand willow of sensory. To numb was to soothe her ailed state. She drank each dose of poison daily at the behest of her empty fragment. I will take you and rip you out. I will see the world through his eyes, she proclaimed. The mind scrambled, billions of pieces unraveled by the wavering second. Casting her hair at his feet, she bellowed great hardship and truths that fell on deaf ears. She watched on her knees, tears blinding and mute, as he would not evolve. So she struck to the core and cast out her love. The cords grew tight, constricting her strength, bleeding him out. She became amused by this game, allowing her demons to spread out above, to nurture the selfish, unsatisfied hub. Fragments of her deepest desires stole away her focus benign, garnered from behind a shelving of masks, caught between the cogs of repression. Yin and Yang fought a war that ultimately only she as a whole could decide. The taint within seeped from her skin, trapping the vibrance within her immortal cellar. Reduced to a masochist heart, the world began to fade from perception, squeezing the life from her vessel as a means to medicate the onset of his loneliness. The man of many contradictions, she begged for the sadist to unlace her morals, steering her unjust. Centered toward the waning of time, her thoughts had progressed. A fire within would illuminate truth, self-blame brandished to the wound. Soaring from heights she realized so low, her head lifted from a daze that would no longer grow. Desperate to mend from this burden so heavy, she held tight to the remaining slivers of sky. As he turned to distract through frequent self-absorbed measures, she leapt away with fair grace, peeling the illusion she crafted with skill by aid of his spidered gaze. She severed the link that held him quite near, only to find so little he cared. The remnant of aches that traced mind and heart left her feeble and dark, but still the mother within her soul nurtured the sweet and undying child, awash with an abrasion of light and all that may be cherished and granted. The melodic forgiveness in sight had returned, gauge to engage the future. Behold! Though often it was whispered in crevice and corner she were broken, no, she would steadily mention, I have loved and experienced, lost my way to return once more, honed strength and courage. I am a girl and woman, deep and flowing, knowing my heart in relation to the beating drum of eternity. She rose from the ashes, wings poised to the horizon of newfound destinations. Wild and free, embrace without regret. For we are all human, full of capacity that knows no limit. And as she forged her waking conscience, she delivered aloud, stilling the waters, for I remain true to this vessel of white, and within confines of pain, I will accept, I will understand, I will embrace, and I will heal. For without great torment, there is no great reward.